Full sport press.
Yeah. No layup line, no warm-ups, no nothing. We just walking right into the stadium, get into the game. Let's do it. When the beat on, then it's on. Wearing our right jerseys on the road, cause how we feel where we roam is our home. Leaving these other podcasts null and void. The show can't miss something like Tom Shepard and corduroys. Full sport press, you know them boys. Jay run the point, lock for three, and me, I crash the boards. Weezy told you that it's paid for.
Full sport press.
Do that.
Yeah,
he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that. Greetings and salutations. I would like to welcome everybody back and some of you for the first time to the Full Sport Press Podcast, the premier sports podcast for the consummate sports fan. And this is your one-stop shop for all sports-related news and topics. I am Jay Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
Weezy back in the building. Say what's up, Weezy.
What it do? What it do?
Cameraman, how are you, brother?
Two
thumbs up. There it is, man.
Sir.
Weezy, how was your Thanksgiving? I didn't get to ask you that.
Thanksgiving was good, man.
Sure. Most definitely. Can you stop putting your face on because your mic is out?
My bad.
It's all good.
Yeah, Thanksgiving was good, though.
Thanksgiving's good. That's what's up. Jeff?
Yes,
Let's
sir.
see. Lead dogs.
Lead dogs till we up out of here.
Hey, you better
Lead
know it.
dogs.
Lead dogs.
Yes, sir.
You damn right. Most definitely.
Good to have you back, Weez.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yes, sir.
Episode 396, man. We're grading the hires of the 2021 NCAA college football coaching carousel.
FSP style.
Always FSP style.
You better damn know it.
You better damn believe it.
Let's kick it off, man. Best of the week, Jeff. What you got?
Man. LaMelo versus Giannis Antetokounmpo. What a game.
That they lost.
They lost.
He had 7 turnovers.
He had 8 trays, 38 points.
35.
38.
35.
38.
35.
Okay, 35. Either way.
Yeah.
Clutch Gene.
Yeah. With Clutch Jeans,
Clutch
they
Jeans.
lost the game.
Well, you saw the last play of the game. You saw that.
Hey.
You saw it. What you gonna do with that coming down here? You know you gonna do with that?
PJ can't do nothing.
Nah, heck no.
Nah, for sure.
Bridges can't do nothing with that.
Nah, for
ain't
sure.
nothing to do with that. Yeah,
Most
great
definitely.
game.
Great game.
Shout out to Melo.
Shout out to Melo, for sure. Weezy, what you got? Best of the week.
Best week for me was Thanksgiving, man.
Sure.
Thanksgiving was good this year, man. I had a lot of fun with Thanksgiving.
I saw y'all set. It looked good.
Yeah.
Food looked good.
Yeah, food looked good.
Y'all had ham.
With ham.
Yeah.
They had turkey too.
Had turkey too?
Turkey
too. But I saw the ham.
Ham was popping.
Was it honey baked ham?
Ooh, you better know it.
Was it honey baked ham? Honey baked ham or was it honey baked ham?
No. From the store, honey baked ham.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. $54 a ham.
Talk to him,
I
Weez.
counted out the price.
Yeah,
up.
talk to him, Weez.
Oh, man. My best of the week is Giannis Antetokounmpo for closing the game against
my
He didn't know that he could dunk Oreos in milk, for sure.
That's dope.
26 years old, just experiencing that. Better late than never, for sure.
Yeah.
It was so enticing that I went and got my oat milk and chocolate Oreos.
How'd that work for you?
And, man, fire.
Fire?
It was great.
Okay.
As an adult,
As an adult.
fire.
Oat milk
Oh, yeah.
and chocolate Oreo.
Planet oat milk.
Okay.
Extra creamy, pause.
Pause. Great pause.
But great oat milk.
Okay.
For sure. Try it. For sure. Worst of the week, Weezy, what you got?
Worst of the week for me was the Knicks game the other night, man. The technical foul that cost them the game.
Yeah.
That's rough.
I just don't know when the game is that close and you're playing somebody of that caliber, playing the Nets. You got to control your You got to control yourself.
Well, he's getting fouled.
He was getting fouled, but he cost him the game.
But he was getting fouled, though. It's hard to,
I completely agree.
You get knick-knack calls the other way, then you're not getting any calls
Yeah,
the other way.
I totally agree, but you had a better chance of winning without the technical foul.
Yeah, you had a better chance, but they still went into overtime. Minus that.
Yeah.
Didn't they?
Now, they went the overtimes where you got
Overtime was when the tech happened.
When the tech happened?
yeah.
Oh, okay. They did it then. Yeah, for sure. Well, anyway. Jeff, what you got? Worst of the week.
It's my second time this been my worst of the week.
Okay.
John Wall.
Oh,
He
yeah.
wants to play basketball.
Yeah, for sure.
Houston, do something. Like,
Houston got a problem.
yeah, they do. You just
Yeah.
hand a man $40 million to chill.
Yeah.
Trade him.
Well, it's 91 left.
It's two. It's true.
What, they think he can't play no more?
Nah, they
No,
just
they-
don't want him to play because they might win some games and they don't want to win.
They don't
no
want to
games.
win right now.
Yeah, they cool with Kevin Porter Jr. playing point guard.
And the thing is, the Clippers can give them the Mac can give him Luz Kennard BS contract. Get him out of there. One either Serge Ibaka or somebody like that with another contract you overpaid for.
Yeah.
And you can get that out of there. Serge get bought out by Houston. You can get Serge right back after that.
Now you can't get him right back, but I see what you're saying.
You can make it work.
It's a year. It's a year. You can't get him back to a year.
Yeah, you can get Serge right back. You can find another Serge.
Now you can find say yeah.
Serge at this year, this part of his career, you can find that somewhere.
Sure.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Get him out of there, man.
Get him out
You
of
wanna
there.
play basketball.
My worst of the week is Lou, Spike Lou, the On Deck TV show that Jeff is showering the team with. Shout out to the team. He's a new Hawks fan. I've known this guy 25 plus years.
Easy.
And just randomly in the chat said, I'm thinking about switching my fandom over to the Hawks. Said the devil is a lie. The devil is a lie.
That's a lot.
No.
I
You stuck,
feel him
my
now.
friend. No.
I
You
feel
stuck,
him now.
dog. You can't leave a team unless that city moves or a racist owner happens. A racist owner can give you a little out. It gives you a little out for sure. Yeah, but what? Nah, they ain't selling. No.
Boston's straight right now.
The city
of
is
Boston
racist,
is racist.
but the team ain't racist for sure. Literally,
That we
the
know
only
of.
reason that you can leave are those two reasons. Man code. So we gotta bring back a man code episode.
Yeah, got to.
Patreon,
Patreon, man.
Patreon,
It's coming,
man
Patreon.
code,
Man
man
code's
code,
coming.
man
Yeah.
code.
That's rough, Spike Lee.
Hey.
I ain't gonna lie.
Nah, for sure, it's terrible.
Bro.
He's an adult. He's damn near 40 years old doing that, dude.
Grown ass
Grown.
man.
That means you're a
He has
grown
big
ass.
bills.
Yeah, for sure.
You gotta get rid of that.
For sure, Jeff.
Yes, sir.
You have 10 good wrestling seconds.
Oh, man.
Let's start the clock.
Hey, Cody Rhodes, you almost ended your life for no apparent reason on AEW on
He
Wednesday
sure
night.
did.
There's no need for that. There's no need for you bringing your wife who just had her baby, you had your first child, bringing your wife into the ring, lighting a table on fire. Gimmick table, no matter how you put it, gimmick fire, I get it. The table was off-centered. You caught most of the fire. You almost died on live TV. Good job, Cody.
No, he didn't, Jeff.
Ah!
I watched it. He didn't almost die. It was pretty cool to watch.
Close.
It was close.
Close.
That was 1 inch to the left pause, and it was over with.
One inch to the left is rough.
It's over with.
1 inch to the left is
That's why I
rough.
said pause. Either way it go. It was over with. But either way, Cody, it wasn't worth it. Say that for pay-per-view stuff. Andrade, hey, what is what it is. Make sure you check us out each and every Thursday. Myself, Neek, my co-host for the 808s and Chair Shots podcast, which give you your wrestling fix for the week. And like we always say, you might not like it, but your auntie loves wrestling.
Right. Well, tweet us with questions throughout the week at Full Sport Press. Don't forget to comment, give us a thumbs up on the YouTube page, on the iTunes page. Please rate and subscribe. But more importantly, don't forget to tell a friend
To tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
that the revolution will be podcasted. And before we get started with the first half, Weezy, do you have a yellow box of Cheerios award recipient for the listeners?
I do. This week's award recipient is Carlisle High School basketball guard.
For sure, 17-year-old Carlisle senior point guard suspected of punching. Suspected. Shit, we saw that. Of punching a player on the Nevada high school basketball team in the head and the tummy. For sure. The Carlisle guard is now facing a felony charge of willful injury. Now, video, the fight has gone viral on social media. We've all seen. Shows a player walking through the handshake line with the opposing team, then raising his fist and repeatedly punching another player who falls to the ground. The punches appear to hit the Nevada player in the stomach and head. Sure. The criminal complaint said that the Nevada player was punched unconscious, suffered a concussion, as well as a cut to his lip that required 4 stitches. The origin of the fight isn't officially known, but according to students who were at the game, said the two jawed at each other prior to the end of the game. Kid. Come on, kid.
Yeah, we're not gonna say your name. But
Yeah,
come on,
he attacked the
kid.
body, though.
Yeah, he did.
He attacked
He's
the
a
body.
smaller guy.
Yeah.
He had to go to the body first.
He attacked the
Attack
body.
the head will fall.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Man, he knocked the kid out.
It's a good thing he wasn't in Metro.
Metro anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what now, Metro, that whole game when that
Nah, that
gym
would've
would have
been,
cleared out.
Somebody,
That would've
mom
cleared
and
out.
dad would have been down there.
Man, listen to me.
Can you imagine if that was your kid that got punched and knocked out?
I gotta
The
see his
anger.
I gotta see his parents.
You got to see his parents. But where's the parents? That kid has to seek some counseling, both him and his parents, because there's some uncontrolled rage is going on in that house, for sure. You can talk in the heat of the battle, but, man, you don't need to bring it to that, man.
Especially the other kid was unaware. He thought the
Blindside.
game
It was
over.
basically
It's
blindside. Yeah, it was an assault, dude.
Yeah, it's tough. Man.
Yeah, it was definitely on site.
That's the definition of both sides.
It was definitely on site. It ain't funny, but he
be real.
definitely on site.
It is not funny. Kid has some power.
The
He
kid,
has some form.
the
Oh,
kid
man.
got a little future. I'm telling you, I bet he's like an MMA person.
Probably.
For sure.
He's in the wrong sport.
And then, I can't get Weezy.
He in the wrong sport. Listen to me, man.
You wrong.
That
I'm gonna let Jeff drop that one
Jeff,
out.
you drop that one off and talk to that.
Yeah, we're gonna talk to him.
Nah,
We
for
put him in, get some sparring sessions. So, because he stepped in to follow through.
Take him through Edge Hill.
Yeah, sure. I ain't trying to get him hurt.
Oh my God.
I'm just trying to
Walk him through Edge Hill, man.
You guys ready to get started first?
do
Half?
it.
Let's get it.
It's your man Spike Lou from the On Deck TV podcast. Join us every Wednesday, man, as we go over hip-hop from a Southern perspective. Me and my guy, Animal Brown, been giving it to you for over 400 episodes. Tune in for the latest and support the real. We out.
First half, the hottest sports news of the past week, like we do each and every week here at the Full Sport Press Podcast. Before we get started, I am J-Ho.
It's your boy, Big Jeff.
It's your boy Weezy. What it do?
Weezy, where can they find you on social media, my brother?
FSP_Weezy on IG, and I'm at Weezy on Twitter. Holla at me.
Jeff, what about you, brother?
Jay Easley 84 across all social media platforms.
Most definitely. I'm J-Hub on Instagram and Twitter. Let's talk on Twitter, man. Let's have a full conversation.
Oh, wow.
For sure. Look, you ain't here.
Yeah, I heard. That's what I said. Wow.
Yeah, I know, for sure. Jeff, what you got, man?
Oh, man. Week 13 of the Full Sport Press Fantasy Football League.
Hey, Jeff, real quick, a lot of
nap.
people talking about quitting, dog.
Yes.
I'm gonna take me a nap on this.
All right. So I'm up first because I'm losers of 7
Jesus Christ.
in a row.
I ain't gonna talk about. I'm right there with you.
7 in a row. Anyway, I'm going up against myself, the Hurt Business. I'm thinking about changing my name again. But anyway, Hurt Business versus Show Me Them TDs one time for Parham. I know he's listening. Parham is 6-6. And he's scheduled like everyone else to whoop my ass this week. Next, third string commentators, winners of 8 in a row at 9-3 versus Van Lake International. The former number 1 seed. Well, no, that's Reagan. Never mind. Excuse me. Reagan's 7-5. Reagan's projected to win this one, though, right now. Shout out to Reagan. Maybe he can snap that winning streak on Shane. One time for Shane. One time for Royale with the Cheese at 10-2. One time for Twin. And his new podcast,
Yeah.
Cashmere and Cognac.
For sure.
Shout out to Twin.
Available on all social media platforms.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shout out
It's
to
a
Twin.
great
It's dog
listen.
wash.
Great watch.
Yeah, hey, YouTube is the experience for
Yes.
Cashmere and Kanye, for
Absolutely.
sure. Most
Shout
definitely.
out to those guys.
Shout out to those guys.
Yeah. So shout out to M Extra at 10-2 versus Ben Simmons for 3. One time for Cam at 4-8. We're still in this, Cam, at 4-8. Both of us still at 4-8. We got a chance. We got to win these last 2, Cam. We can make something happen. Next, the Kimura Virus at 4-8. That's what I'm saying. 4-8. She got a shot. 4-8 versus TB12 memory loss. One time for D Harris. Did you win this for me, D Harris? He's projected to win that one by 20 piece. We'll see how that plays out. Price of the brick going up. One time for Chaz versus You Choose a Side. Also at 4-8. One time for Weezy. Weezy loses of 6 in a row.
I swear, if I win, be luck. I promise, because I'm like this. This is how I pick my team. I promise. If I win, it'll be straight luck. I promise. If I win, God is good.
God is good anyway.
No, he good anyway.
good all
Don't
the time,
don't do that, y'all.
I
Don't do.
ain't-
You know what I'm
I'm just
talking about?
saying.
Don't act like I'm a heathen out
I'm
here.
just
For
saying.
real. Don't do that. Don't do that, Jay.
Nah,
Don't do that.
I just
I'm
said,
just telling
you said
yeah.
that's the only reason
Yeah, but
God
don't
is
act like
good.
you.
God
Yeah,
is good all
yeah,
the
but
time.
don't like you on the front row every Sunday. Don't do that.
No, I watch church every Sunday.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
And last game, my goodness. Bishop Sycamore also at 4-8 versus Sean Wash at 4-8. Here's the thing. This game is the biggest game of the week. You know why? Cameraman? Loser, this game is officially eliminated from playoff contention. Both teams are 4-8.
Shit, well, join the club. That shit ain't gonna be bigger than the rest
Well,
of
the
us.
loser is done. 'Cause they damn,
Well,
yeah.
join the club. He be all right.
So that's the game of the week. Bishop Sycamore is one time for Coach Wayman versus Now Watch God.
Come on, then, watch God.
Come on. Shout out to Cashmere and Cognac. That is week 13 of your Full Sport Press Fantasy Football Update.
One day we gotta get a story on how Sean Watch came up with the name Watch God.
You was there.
That was funny as hell.
Oh, you gotta tell the story. Is that what you said?
Yeah, one day we gotta tell that story.
Oh,
Man.
yeah, that was funny.
Most definitely, guys. Let's kick things off with some college football, man, in the first half. OU quarterback Spencer Rattler.
Yo, guy.
My guy, the preseason Heisman Trophy favorite.
Yeah, if he's a
top 5 pick.
if he's a top 5 quarterback,
When the
that's your guy.
game started, he was the number 1 overall pick.
That's why he's your guy.
Yeah, for sure. He was benched
Dang.
early in the season. Hold on, what you trying to say?
He said it twice, though.
That's just
Yeah, not for sure.
you picked the
Tua
top guy.
Tagovailoa,
Your
and
guy.
through 16 games, him and Kyle, he has better numbers than Kyler Murray through 16 games. Their first 16 games.
First
Look
season
it
of
up.
this season?
Period.
Or the career?
Period.
You start the team right now.
Yeah.
You starting the team right now? Who you starting with?
No, I'm just telling you.
Yeah,
We
that's
ain't
that.
all that.
Yeah.
Ain't all that.
Close.
Anyway,
Case
All that
closed.
now.
he was benched we're referring back.
Yeah.
Let's bring it back to Spencer Rattler.
Yep.
Yeah, he was benched early in the season. Announced on Monday he was entering the NCAA transfer portal. Now, Rattler started all 11 games as a redshirt freshman last season and was AP first team All NCAA and All Big 12 first team, most definitely. Now, Rattler, Arizona native, was the number 1 quarterback prospect and the number 29 overall recruit in the 2019 ESPN 300. Have 3 years of eligibility remaining. Where should Spencer Rattler transfer to, Jeff?
Well, I mean, we need a quarterback in Florida State. I'd love to have him. If he got anything left, we'll take him.
He ain't even going
Yeah, we'll take him to Florida State, but he's probably going to go somewhere mid-major, close West Coast.
Nah, if he think he's the man, he needs to go to LSU right now today.
I don't think he'll do that.
Yeah, mid-major.
He needs to go.
Mid-major and kill. Like he got to get his mojo back.
No, he's fine.
He got to get his mojo back.
His mojo is fine.
He lost his gig for lack of play, for bad play. He lost his gig in front of our eyes. We saw him disintegrate in front of our eyes.
From my point of view, I haven't seen a quarterback bench from Oklahoma in a long time.
They haven't had to. They've had Heisman,
Since
number 1 pick.
Baker Mayfield, I haven't seen a quarterback benched.
And he was the next in line.
That's just my speak on it.
So, Weezy, do you have him going to LSU?
I think he's going to LSU.
Yeah, for sure.
I got
Brian Kelly's really good at developing quarterbacks.
I was gonna say somewhere like UCLA.
UCLA.
Or somewhere like Arizona State with one of my man Herm.
Yeah, for sure.
Or Florida State, we love him.
Yeah, he's a Phoenix, Arizona kid. He's going to Arizona State. Just makes too much sense.
Yeah.
He was shining in the Pac-12. He's home. Jaden, I think his name is Jaden Adams. What's the kid's name that's there? Jaden Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
Jaden Daniels is already there at Arizona State. So he's talking about going into the draft. That's how weak the quarterback draft board is this year.
Yeah.
So he might go into a situation where he's starting quarterback there. He'll have plenty of options. LSU is looking at him. Florida State, of course, is looking at him. They have Michigan looking at him. So it's going to be, he's going to have suitors for sure.
Absolutely.
But I think this kid needs to go back home, sunshine, maybe UCLA, something like that. Arizona State makes the most sense.
He needs a fresh coat of paint. That's all. I'm not saying he's terrible. I'm joking with you. He's not bad. He just had a rough season.
Yeah, you just don't go from a potential Heisman number 1 overall pick to chopped liver. You'll be fine.
No, he's not chopped liver, but he definitely didn't go. This season didn't go the way he thought.
Well, I mean, we've seen this happen. Kyler Murray left Texas A&M. Y'all know that, right?
Yeah, he didn't get benched though.
Yeah, but he left though. He was the heir apparent, and he left.
No,
People leave schools all the time.
Yeah. No, we're not saying that happens all the time, but he didn't get benched.
This was
He
different.
wasn't going to play. That's what I'm saying. The quarterback, they brought Kyler Murray in, and he was going to be QB1, and he did not.
Jeff, I ain't got the mojo to tell it to.
I'm
don't
telling
let him
you.
reverse like this, Jeff.
He
Speak up
did
for me.
not.
Don't let him reverse like I ain't got the mojo to do it today.
At Texas A&M, did he fit the bill? No. He went to Oklahoma.
Let me finish.
Yeah.
This is different though. This isn't apples to apples. We saw this kid disintegrate in front of our eyes.
No, they didn't. No, that dude was just reaching, and he went to the hotter hand. That happens all the time. He went to the hot hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's got to get out of Oklahoma. We know that.
He gone.
Arizona State makes sense. That's what. And I didn't mean a mid-major like BSU or Toledo State.
I thought you saying he need to go to Tulane.
No, but somewhere like Arizona State. That's not but the spotlight ain't as high and the demand ain't as high. Let him get his mojo back.
He's going where the lights bright.
Or we'll come on to Tallahassee. So
The lights bright down there.
It's very bright.
Sure, y'all just ain't got a coach that can throw him.
We sure don't.
Yeah, y'all ain't got a coach.
We ain't got a coach. We got hard though. These are more victories. Never saw the more victories. Oh God.
Yeah,
What about Gainesville? Y'all want him in Gainesville?
Nah, we got QB1. AR-15 is QB1. AR-15 is QB1. And Billy Napier is – we're going to talk about that in a second.
Oh, my.
We got QB1.
I promise you don't like that coach.
I love that coach. I said coach.
You did say that's just your kid. He said that's his guy.
My God.
He wants that coach.
Clearly, when you're out, you don't listen to the show. You know what I'm saying? No, I had a full conversation about Billy Napier. Sometimes when you're not on the show, just check it out.
Fresh off the Braves win in my
vacation.
most entertaining season that I've had of MLB in a long time, at 11:59 on my God, on December 1st, the collective bargaining agreement between Major League Baseball and the Major League Baseball Players Association. Guess what, cameraman? It expired. December 1st, Thursday morning, at 12:01 Thursday morning, the league informed players that it had locked them out, beginning the game's first work stoppage in 25 years. Here's what is basically over. Players have noticed that analytics guys basically numbers guys are taking over the front offices and taking over the league. Front office guys, analytics guys are causing players that are 6 years or more to make less money in their later year contracts, saying that they're older, the numbers don't match up. So the game is changing or evolving, as they say. So players want to make more money to start their careers off of. Weezy, are we going to miss games, or is this going to end up pretty quick?
I don't think it's gonna miss games, but it's gonna go down to the wire. Baseball's tired of paying them big ass contracts. To be honest with you,
10-year deals ain't nothing.
10-year deals, they tired of paying them big ass contracts.
Yeah.
And if the players are smart, you want your money in 5 years, in 4 years.
Tell them,
come on, bro, this ain't the day now.
Hey, man, hey, that's your second time
I'm just telling you,
bro.
I ain't threatening. I'm just letting you know.
Nah, I'm just
but
saying.
that's what I was saying.
I was agreeing with you.
Yeah, go ahead.
You was cooking.
Tell her, right?
Go ahead.
You messed my train of thought up. You know I'm done now. That's my train of thought up.
Damn true.
I'll just be
I'll pick
honest.
up where you left off at for sure. The only reason for this is greed, man. It's like it's 100% greed. The product is terrible. Terrible product.
Dang.
Just that everybody's getting rich. Terrible product, cameraman. And they want to shut it down because of greed. It was never the same after that 94 strike. The end of baseball with no champion. On the bright side, less people care about baseball today than it did in 1994. So what I don't like are the days where you have a very deep minor league system. They're talking about cutting the minor league system. Guess what? Some of our greatest stars were born in the minor league system.
Yeah.
That's something that needs to stay. The problem is Matt Scherzer is getting paid $43 million a year, and I guarantee you ask 100 Americans, 5 Americans know who Matt Scherzer is. 5.
A random 100? Yeah. 5.
Yeah,
I
100%.
don't know who he is.
Exactly. See how it's 4 people in this whole big ass studio, and you see what I'm saying? And we're in a full sports situation. So yeah, man. Listen, man. Steroids saved the game 100%.
Yeah, bring back the steroids, man.
And in the 90s, it turned it into unwatchable home run derby.
Yeah.
Now there's nothing to change that. Game is doomed. Baseball is on the decline, and it sucks because one of the better postseasons just happened this year, man. So
I guarantee
the game is doomed.
I guarantee you, if they take 50 games, 80 games out of that,
No,
the
they
players
got to speed the game up. The pitch count.
Yeah, I'll play the other side of this. I think they did a good job of that. Would you say, cameraman, this year? They sped the game up a little bit better.
No, but I'm saying they have to get on a pitch.
but they play too many games, y'all.
No, it ain't that.
I'm
Nah,
telling
it ain't that.
you.
It's too many games in football. We
No,
love
ain't
that.
too many games in football.
No, it's way too many.
I mean,
it's way too many
It's
games.
too many.
Yeah,
games
but they
in football.
186 games. No, they started playing in April, and the season's not over until October.
Yeah, now for sure, that's a lot of games. What I'm saying is the games will go by faster if they did the pitch count. They have to make and that needs to be put into their collective bargaining agreement.
It should be 100
10-year
games.
deal.
100 games max. Man.
Yeah,
10-year
Max
deal.
Scherzer is getting $43 million. What's the other dude name? The dude that just signed with the Cubs. I ain't write his damn name down.
Cubs.
Come on,
Sammy
man.
Sosa.
Let's move on.
Yeah, man. Jesus Christ.
After that,
Kirby Wood.
Kirby Wood.
let's move on.
Before
Didn't they have
we
a player
get-
named Kirby Wood?
There's never been a play. Kerry Wood.
Gary Wood. I was there. I was close.
Kirby Puckett.
Kirby Puckett. I don't know who Kirby Puckett is.
Give me one more.
Jose Canseco.
There you
All
go.
right. Before we get started with halftime, let's talk some women's hoops. Weezy, you can set this one out. Paige Beckers. Paige Beckers and Gatorade went public on Monday about a multi-year agreement in which both will work together and drive impact to the women's game. She became the first college athlete to sign with Gatorade, and 3 weeks earlier, she announced her first major NIL deal as a brand ambassador for StockX. Now, her best friend, AZ Fudd, one of my favorite basketball players, announced that a multi-dimensional partnership with Steph Curry's at that personal brand SC30, a deal that includes sponsorship and mentoring from Curry himself. Guys, this is a big deal, little deal, or no deal for the Huskies.
I mean, it's huge. Huge deal.
Huge deal, man.
I think Jay, I think you and I talked about this when we were talking about the WNBA's the ratings going up in the game expansion. They were having how this college basketball crop of talent right here
it.
are the group of young ladies who are going to change the world when it comes to basketball.
100%.
They're going to be changing. They're going to be jet setting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got money in the bank.
Limousine ride.
Yeah, all that. You know what I mean? Son of a gun. So
Yeah.
they got that, or daughters of a gun, I guess I should say. So they got all that. And it's great to see. I will say this, though, I'm kind of off subject. Paige got to get together on the court, though.
No, Paige been playing all right. You playing with your best friend, Joe. This is what I'm saying. You playing with your best friend. It's kind of you overpassing. It's like, man, so they got to get that rhythm. She's going to be out for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I think she has plantar fasciitis. So, it's going to be Paige's time to cook when she gets back. She'll kind of figure out her rhythm. They'll be fine.
I know. I'm not definitely not pushing the panic button.
Right.
I'm just saying the lights is on right now.
Oh, it's bright.
Number 1 versus number 2.
Yeah.
It ain't look too good.
It didn't look
number 1
good.
versus number 2.
Nah, but AZ Fudd, though, the
Solid.
truth.
Oh, very good.
The
Very good.
truth. The light that Sabrina Ionescu got, Paige will get again, but AZ Fudd deserves the same. She's just as good as both of them. For sure.
Not knocking.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Anytime there's more money brought into women's sports, man, especially basketball, it's a good deal.
I agree with you, for sure.
Yeah,
and you have longtime friends playing together. You're going to bring in so much money just with those two. Now, what I would like to see is some of the girls that play at South Carolina getting the same attention. Zaya Cook,
Read my mind.
Boston, Aaliyah Boston, like some of those girls, Bill on that squad, and some girls in Maryland. What's my girl name to play in Maryland? Really cold. That whole Maryland squad,
is solid.
is crazy.
You sleeping on UT?
I be sleeping on UT, but I get why because we see a lot of UT.
True.
It's just like
True.
it's just UT. You know what I'm
I got
saying?
you.
But the drawback to all this, for women and men that have these high profile people, you get it in the mud in college sports, right? You come up together, everybody comes up. You sharing ramen noodles. That's the first time I had ramen noodles was in college. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, hot sauce.
nah, with cheese, American cheese.
Ooh,
Put it on top of the joint.
Yeah,
Solid.
bro.
Solid.
Ooh, that was a delicacy.
ranch.
No ranch, no ranch, no ranch.
No,
Nah.
I'm saying, what flavor was it? What flavor was it?
Oh,
Chicken.
Chicken.
That's what's up.
Chicken.
Because you got to put ranch on.
Man, you're sick. You're sick. We knew that already, but that confirmed it. But getting out of the mud, eating ramen noodles, like every team, there's lesser known players on that team with the fifth and sixth and seventh, eighth person on that bench, not getting nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. Nobody to partner with. So I think teams need to make sure that if you're at a big Power 5 school like that, somebody gives at least every player at least $1,000 and say it's NIL just to make sure everybody is on the same playing field, because in turn, if you're not getting the same attention and Paige is standing in the corner and you're like, man, she don't need this. I need this. It can create you not looking to make that extra pass.
Yeah,
That's all
I
I'm
get
saying.
what you're saying.
Yeah,
You run the risk. You run
the risk of creating a division within a program. And I think the girls on that squad, and if they'll never say it. They will never say it. But they're looking at AZ Fudd and they're looking at Paige Beckers and like, man, they good, but we just as good. We was a number 3 player in the country.
I think the thing that helps them though is Gino.
Gino asking for
Gino-
the same thing I'm asking
Gino
for.
runs a
though.
tight ship.
The tightest.
Yeah, Gino runs a tight ship.
Yeah, nah, for sure.
He went that page.
Man,
Yeah.
him and CP3 hate each other. Candace Parker hates him.
Yeah, I can see that.
She literally said, he hates me and I hate him.
It makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. That's deep. That's deep rooted beef for sure. You guys ready to get started with halftime?
Let's get it.
Let's get it, guys.
Yes, sir.
We're at the midway point. Please enjoy all of the halftime festivities.
He gonna be Mary Mitchell. Halftime. We are back with Weezy's Week 13 NFL Power Rankings. You up, man? Let's get it.
Week 13. Weezy's top 5. Here we go.
Let's go.
All right. Anybody want to guess one? Number 5? Y'all want to go?
Nah, we want to hear it.
Y'all just listen.
Tight.
All right. Number 5 this week. They won a big game in a row after losing 2 straight. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers made the list at number 5 at 8-3. Number 4, a lot of people ain't gonna like this, but it is what it is. They didn't play good Monday night. They should have lost that game Monday night. The Baltimore Ravens are number 4 at 8-3.
I like it. I like it.
All right.
Battle tested.
Number 3. I think this team's playing the best football in the league right now, all across the board, offensively and defensively. The New England Patriots at 8-4. It's the number 3 team right now.
I like it.
That's high.
The number 2.
It's a little too high, but I like it.
The number 2 team.
A little too high.
Number 2 team. The quarterback has a messed up toe. They're not playing with their best corner, and the running back just came back and they won a game that they was not supposed to win against the Rams on the road. I mean, no, they're playing at home.
Yeah.
The Green Bay Packers are number 2 at 9-3, and the number 1 team still winning without their players. Hey, the Arizona Cardinals are 9-2.
Still. And still.
Hey,
Under them Titans gears and hoodies and T-shirts and flags and shit you got, you're Arizona Cardinals fan.
God,
Yeah, no. I ain't got nothing to do with Kyler Murray.
Yeah, the Titans didn't make my list this year.
He's a little person.
The Titans didn't make my list this week.
Yeah, I mean, the Cardinals did for sure.
The Cardinals hasn't lost. They have the
Cardinals
best
not
record.
the best team in the NFL.
Yes, they are.
No,
They have the best record in football. They won the last 2 games on a row without their quarterback and wide receiver.
That's true.
No,
I don't see how you can do that.
Because I mean, listen to the thing. They haven't played anybody.
Come on.
But they're playing without their best
You
player.
play your schedule. I'm just saying. But
you
the Titans playing one of the weakest schedules for the rest of the year. They losing games.
You jinxes on that one. Woo, you jinxes
I
on that
told
one.
y'all. I told y'all.
They be fine. They're losing their week schedule.
Hey, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Jesus.
When you got to depend on 17, it's going to show you what a real person is. And he always shows himself when it's dependent on him. Because you know why? He played tight end in college. He ain't a damn quarterback. He played tight end, and he was not good.
He played quarterback, too.
Yeah, but he's not a good quarterback. And once he leaves and he's sorry and shit,
No.
then he'll be like,
offense,
oh, man, like you said with Mario.
built around Derrick Henry. And we're asking him to do a little bit.
Hey, Derrick Henry still leading the league in
And you know what
carries.
this fool said? You know what this fool said? Oh, we didn't run him into
Who
the
the fool?
ground.
Who the fool?
You.
He didn't play.
Why you put your finger in my face like that?
You. Hey, don't touch me. You're too slow. You're too slow.
Y'all guys ready to start the second half?
Let's get
Let's
it.
do it.
Let's get it.
It's your man Big Jeff for the Full Sport Press Podcast. And make sure you check out the Full Sport Press Podcast each and every Monday on iTunes, Facebook, Instagram, Google Play, Stitcher, Beyond Pod, Spotify, YouTube, and of course, the SoundCloud page. Just search Full Sport Press Podcast. And always remember, camera's always on.
The second half is underway.
Second half.
Right. Good shot, Weezy. Good.
Second half. We're talking about college football coaching carousel.
Yeah, for sure, man. Who are you?
I'm Weezy.
Yeah.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
I'm J-Ho. For sure. All right. I like that, Weezy. Yeah, there you go. The 2021-2022 college football coaching carousel has officially turned hot. It's hot. It's hot. Yeah, now we're on the verge of entering the month, December. Coaching changes are a part of the game. And with early National Signing Day, it's approaching. It's right around the corner. ADs are getting their ducks in a row to make sure that the programs don't miss a beat despite changing leadership. We're here to grade each Power 5 hire and extension. Before we get started, let's go through the numbers as far as coaches 15 years ago. Jeff, I will start with you. Who was the highest paid coach in college football 15 years ago?
2020. That's what, 90? That's 2000 and...
No, boy, 15.
What did you say?
2005.
2005, right?
Yeah, 2005. You said 19.
I started in 90. I said 2005. Yeah.
Okay.
That's 2005. That's going to be Urban Meyer.
Close. What you got, Weezy?
I was going to play Urban too.
Can you please
My
stay
bad.
off the damn mic?
Urban Meyer, Bob
Urban Meyer's
Stoops?
top 5.
Bob Stoops?
Bob Stoops was in top 5. The number 1 is Pete Carroll at
That's true.
$4.4 million. Number 2 is Charlie Weiss at 4.2. Number 3, Nick Saban at 3.9. Number 4, Bob Stoops, 3.8. And Urban Meyer at 3.5. A mid-major coach got extended this year. Charlie Weiss was getting paid at Notre Dame.
That's right. They paid him to come
Hell
down and coach Notre
yeah.
Dame. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
The head coach at Liberty is getting
Yes,
$4.5
sir.
million a year. That lets you know how things have changed. We will start off with extensions. The first one we will talk about is Mel Tucker. It is not mentioned on here. I'm sorry, guys. He got a 10-year extension.
10-year extension.
75 guaranteed.
Yes, sir.
I didn't know coaches got guaranteed money.
Yeah, that's new.
That's new.
That's new. Okay, that's new.
These 10-year contracts, we're going to talk about a lot of those.
Yeah, for sure.
That's all new. Yeah.
How do you guys feel about it? Give me a grade on Mel Tucker.
A+.
You love Mel Tucker.
Got to. It's my guy.
Michigan
He's-
State.
Michigan State.
Yeah.
He's sweeping Big Ten Coach of the Year awards, everything you need. Turn that school around. Not a football powerhouse.
Right.
Of course, they hate Michigan, of course. But
Right.
the fact to beat Michigan like that, of course, they lost in this game after that. I know. For anybody that says that, I know. But but they knew his name was getting called for another one of these big jobs that was coming up.
Heard you.
Somebody's going to call him. They had to do that.
100%.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, I mean, Michigan State, they have to protect what they got.
Yeah, for sure.
So with them, like, that's A+ for me. I'm not hating on that. But the thing is now is spotlight's on Mel Tucker. Now
Damn right.
you have to win now.
Yeah, they had a coach,
called him.
Mike D'Antonio, whatever. Yeah, he was there, something like that.
Yeah.
He was doing a good job there as well, but he's not doing what Mel Tucker was doing, for sure.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Moving right along to the next person is Mark Stoops from Kentucky. He got extended. Give me a grade, Jeff, for his extension.
Stoops is 58 and 53 at Kentucky.
Yeah.
Best coach they gonna find. Six straight bowl appearances.
Oh, yeah.
This is a B.
Yeah.
It's safe. It's
Safe.
real safe.
Real
Real
safe.
safe. A safe B.
Yeah, for sure. What you got, Weezy?
I give it a C.
Really? You don't like Mark Stoops?
No, I'm not saying I don't like Mark Stoops. What I'm saying is with the Kentucky is if we're gonna extend him every year for winning 6 games and winning a bowl game,
Yeah.
God so help him he wins 8-9 games one year. What you gonna give him then?
No, dude. On his contract extension, they only have to win 6. They have to be bowl eligible, and he gets an extension every year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's Kentucky football.
I think it's one of the
This ain't Kentucky basketball.
Yeah.
but that's if that's what you're gonna shoot for.
No.
You said it should have went to somebody else, maybe.
Yeah, because listen. No, I'm not saying went to somebody else. I'm just saying if we're gonna reward him every year just for making a bowl game. I mean, God forbid that he wins 9 games one year like James Franklin did at Vanderbilt.
Nah, this is the thing.
He gonna get a crazy deal.
I really disagree because Kentucky football, this is one of the most successful eras in school history, like Jeff mentioned. Dog. You go through a situation where you get into like a contender. You're a contender in the SEC now, especially in the East.
He's not a contender though.
Yeah, every year, dude.
No,
They're second. They've taken the place of UT.
I'm telling you,
That's true. That's true.
They've taken the place of
Second or
them.
third each
This is
month.
an A.
Each year,
You have
yeah.
to keep Stoops there.
Yeah,
He's the best coach they've ever had.
You keep him there, but
You said no reward that mediocrity.
yeah, you don't reward him just for winning making a
They're
bowl
a
game.
mediocre program, and now they're actually contenders in the East. They contend every year between Georgia,
How many games they
and
win this
Florida,
year?
and then it's them.
6 or 7 games.
7 games. That's great for Kentucky. Ah man, this is one of the most successful eras in school history.
I'm just saying,
You got to reward that.
I mean, just think, you win your first 4 games out of conference. You playing against Liberty. You're playing against.
Yeah, but they beat us
Chattanooga?
this year. They don't. They don't. You got to look.
If you win your first
they
out
beat
of
us
conference,
twice in the last 4
He's
years.
beaten Florida twice.
I understand
That
that.
got him the extension alone.
That's the
no
extension
disrespect,
alone.
Jay.
You
He
can't-
beat Florida twice.
You call him on a down year though.
But what I'm saying is, twice in 4 years, we beat them 21 years in a row.
I've seen the same thing happen with Vanderbilt when we beat Florida and Georgia. Come on a down year, and we didn't win a game since.
Was
spent
that
a lot
was
of
that
time.
James Franklin or Desmond?
That was James Franklin.
Well, we're going to talk about James Franklin in a minute.
Sure, most definitely. Let's move right on to PJ Fleck from Minnesota. He got extended. Jeff, what do you think? Give me a grade.
I thought he was going to Florida State before. I did. I really did.
You was
I thought
hoping.
Yeah, he was going to Florida State. I wanted him to Florida State. Anyway, it's kind of his deal is similar to Stoops. He's going to get an annual raise. He bumped up each time after a few years. I think it's a solid B minus C plus for Minnesota. Like,
Okay.
what else did you want? I mean, he is a solid coach. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, but this is more along the lines. That's what Minnesota's going to get.
Okay. You got one?
Right here, you got to protect your investment.
Yeah.
So when the Big Ten, you're not going to be Ohio State. You're not going to be Michigan. But you are going to win 7 games, so you have to pay the guy.
Yeah, ain't no question.
He's only 2 years removed from 11-win season, though.
Yeah.
And plus he had a good year, and he lost his star running back the first game of the year this year.
Yeah.
So he did a hell of a coaching job.
$5 million a year. I give this an A. You lead the Big Ten West Division with 4 games, adding 2 years to that deal. His name did circulate for Tennessee, USC, a bunch of Floridas and Florida States and stuff. But to keep PJ Fleck there, it's something good for that program because then it's a mediocre football program. Over the years, they've had some bright spots, but this is the bright spot, PJ Fleck for sure. Let's move right along to Mike Gundy at Oklahoma State. Weezy, what you got? Give me a grade.
Now this is an A, and you don't matter like Mike Gundy right here. This was the best job they did, and not only that, with Oklahoma and Texas leaving next year to go to SEC,
It's theirs.
he's the man there.
Him and Baylor. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah,
He's gonna be Baylor because he's always competitive anyway.
sure.
And then he ain't gonna worry about Oklahoma or Texas.
Yeah.
He's a former quarterback for Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
And I guess he was an all-time pass leader. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Shout out to him, man. He wasn't going nowhere.
No,
They
he-
knew. But this is his home.
That's the life.
Yeah, this is his lifestyle. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a solid B.
He's a lifer. I give him a B as well, man. With Mike Gundy, he's just been there forever. They exceeded expectations this year. Underdog labor no longer applies for those guys. I don't really have I have a weird feeling about Gundy though. He gives me racist vibes sometimes for sure. But at the same time, Oklahoma State needs him. And like Weezy Mitch didn't even think about the fact that Oklahoma and Texas are both leaving from his conference. He's in the catbird seat to be the best team in that conference.
I mean,
as long as that conference stays, right?
That's true, too.
Yeah, that conference could fold and some other stuff.
It's true. Move right along to Weezy's guy, James Franklin from Penn State. He got an extension, Weezy. How you feel about it?
He's been doing it since Vanderbilt, man. I give him an A.
Yeah.
He's a master at scheduling.
Yeah.
He's a master at scheduling. I don't know how he does it. I think he's paying somebody, but he's a master at scheduling. And he coaches up okay, so he might schedule Ball State. He'll blow out Ball State, right? Yeah. But then he coaches real hard against the big teams. And he might not win them, but he'll get real close.
Yeah.
And once another coach gets fired, he gets paid every year.
Yeah.
It's true.
He gets paid every year if somebody getting fired.
Yeah.
Now, to me, he's one of my favorite coaches in college football.
You would want him in Florida State
tomorrow?
You want James Franklin, Florida State?
I drive up to Penn State to go. I drive to Happy Valley and get him.
That's the thing about James Franklin. I don't think he wants that smoke.
Yeah,
I don't think he wants to go to a team that he has to bring from the projects.
Yeah,
he got to bring us from the projects.
He brought Penn State from the projects. Penn State was in the projects. Penn State had Sandusky.
Penn State was in the dungeon.
Yeah,
they were foreclosed.
They cut what's after him. Bill O'Brien, then him.
No, I'm saying, Bill O'Brien did get them boys going.
Bill O'Brien,
he didn't get them going, but he was coaching.
Yeah, because Bill O'Brien,
he just took over after Joe Pa. He took over Joe Pa.
Then he had a good year.
Could you say he ruined your boy?
Texans.
Yeah, because you say he ruined your boy.
Bill O'Brien had Christian Hackenberg. He sure did. Yeah, for sure. With Franklin though, his deal's worth $75 million. It's guaranteed for those 10 years. He is bringing the first top 5 recruiting class to Happy Valley since I think he said 1994.
It's Kajana Carter now.
Dude, top 5 recruiting class at Penn State. And that's insane to me to even think that that's something that hasn't happened in Penn State since 1990, whatever. Yeah. It's insane. But him being 67-32 and won the Big Ten championship in 2016, he's great there. I do think that he will eventually leave. I think he will leave for the NFL. Like Weezy said, I don't think he wants to go to one of the blue blood football programs and build them up. Even though Penn State is at a blue blood. Yeah.
And he had a chance to leave. This was a precautionary measure for Penn State. Like, let us show you that we want you here.
Yeah.
Like, there's just same thing with Mel. Like,
for sure. Let's move right on to Dave Clawson, head coach of Wake Forest. He got an extension. How you feel about that, Jeff?
He's got a role in Wake Forest after 8 seasons.
Yeah.
And he's only one of 5 coaches that have ever had a winning record there.
See what I'm saying? Like, you got to put
man. They're 9-2 on the season, 6-0 at home.
Yeah,
great. That's an A.
Yeah, that's an A for sure.
Because he was going. Because his number, people were calling his number.
Yeah, no,
better believe it.
I thought he was going to go to Virginia Tech.
Better believe it.
Yeah, for sure.
Virginia coach stepped down today.
Virginia's head coach,
Bronco Mendenhall.
For real,
he stepped down today.
He was sorry though.
That's a heck of a football name.
Bronco Mendenhall. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but David Clawson, I give him an A too. He's doing a good job at Wake Forest.
Yeah.
That's one of those jobs. It's almost like Vanderbilt in the SEC.
Yeah, sure.
Wake Forest is hard to get great players there. So once you get there and you get a niche, you stay there and they're gonna take care of you.
Most definitely. I have Clawson with an A+, taking the Deacons to 6 straight bowl games, led the team to its highest ranking in school history, dramatically upgraded the facilities. People don't realize if you're a coach and you are the coach that bring the facilities to the program, you are a martyr for the program and you will forever be, a champion in everybody else's eyes. Dave Clawson is that guy. That's a great hire for Wake Forest. Wake Forest football is trash, always has been.
Always.
And
it was a W.
That's
a W on Florida State schedule every year.
Every year.
No
Wake Forest, we got that.
Yeah, no more
for sure. Most definitely. Let's move right along to Hugh Freeze and Liberty. He got extended. What you think about that, Weezy? Give him a grade.
You got to give him an A. But this is the guy. This is the guy that colleges want what they scared of.
Yeah.
They want to make that phone call, but
you don't want that.
Man, I don't want to lose no boost over this. You know what I'm saying? This is the guy. But Liberty has, obviously, they have big kahunas, and they keep paying the guy. Yeah. So, it's A+.
Yeah.
Same. Perfectly said, Weezy. Liberty's it's low enough under the radar. You can have a Hugh Freeze there and let him keep winning games. He's 25-10 in 3 seasons there, and he's the best coach you ever had, biggest coach you've ever had, and Liberty's just happy to have him.
Nah, for sure. A++.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing. Yeah.
A++, man. His quarterback is going to get drafted this year.
Yeah.
From Liberty.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lottery pick in football, dude. From Liberty. That's insane, man. I think he's one of the top offensive minds in the games. Hell of a recruiter. Mm-hmm. He got an Ole Miss program to get both of the Kimdichis. He had Laquan Treadwell. He had who else is on that Ole Miss squad? Evan Ingram.
Mm-hmm.
All of those guys are NFL guys, man. And he brought them all to Ole Miss. You got to extend him as long as he's going to be there. $4.5 million to coach at Liberty, moving to Conference USA beginning in the 2023 season. He's just waiting for the right job to open. But this guy, he will be coaching Power 5 football next year because Liberty's going to win again in Conference USA for sure. And the last person is a retainer person. It's Scott Frost from Nebraska. Weezy, how you feel about that?
I mean, they extended them. I mean, they didn't extend them, but they retained them.
Yeah.
I think the job is too big for Scott Frost. I think the job is too. I think I know he went there. That Nebraska job is almost like Alabama. That's the only game in town.
Yeah.
So
true.
They want to win. And I think he needs to take. You remember what's the coach that was at Boise State? Buzz Peterson. No, not Buzz Peterson.
Peterson is his last name.
His name was Peterson.
Yeah.
You remember how people said he waited too long before he left Boise State?
Yeah.
But he knew what he had at Boise State. And he was winning every year.
Yeah.
So you stay there until, you know what, let's do something else. But your legacy already, I mean, you can go out there and get your money.
Yeah.
This job is too big for Scott Frost.
Yeah. That's a huge program. Nebraska's a huge program, Jeff.
It's like a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
And both of them are scared to walk away from each other. He should have been fired 2 years ago.
Yeah. Well, that was his first year, 2 years ago.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he should have been there.
Yeah, he was terrible.
He was rocking at UCF.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he should never. This was a horrible idea.
Terrible.
As soon as he walked the door, it should have been over with. This is a D.
Yeah.
This is a D, man. This is a horrible idea.
Yeah, no, for sure.
nobody no
Yeah, and that's the thing, too. It ain't always good to come back, man.
Yeah.
It just sometimes it's good to stay away. I give it a C+. You had to fire 4 of your offensive coaches, 2 of your defensive coaches, and you had to restructure that contract because, listen, they're going to get your ass up out of there next year if you lose, you know? So, you don't $20 million payout, you're going to restructure that, figure some things out. He's just not the right man for the job, man. 15-27 since he's been there. 10-23 in Big Ten play. Man, that's rough,
That's
man.
Nebraska.
That's Nebraska.
That's Tommy Frazier.
Nah. for
Lawrence,
sure.
they ain't walk on that field.
No, hell no.
Lawrence Phillips ain't walk on that field.
Hell no. Let's move right along to the new hires. The first one is Brent Pry, the Penn State defensive coordinator, is now the head coach at Virginia Tech. Weezy, what do you think about this?
Man, I'm really nervous when I see defensive coordinators get head jobs in college football in today, because college football, they want to see points, man. It's just like I keep going back to Derek Mason. Derek Mason was a master at Stanford of defending the spread option with Marcus Mariota. He was a master at it. Mm-hmm. But when you get there, you say, all right, I got the defense. I'm gonna have me offensive coordinator. And he's like, well, you're not scoring no points. Yeah. You can't win a football game without scoring no points. Yeah. You can stop everybody, but you got to score points. Yeah. And so that's what I'm worried about going to Virginia Tech. You got a defense. He's gonna have a good defense, but you got to recruit your quarterback.
Yeah, for sure.
You got to score points.
Hard to do. Look, as Harbaugh that he still ain't got a damn.
Yeah, it took him a long time to do that.
He still don't got a quarterback. He finally beat Ohio State. Yeah. What you think about Brent?
Brent, I like the fact this is his first job. He gets a Power 5 school, but it's not a. I mean, Virginia Tech's a huge school. Don't get me twisted, but it's not. The lights aren't on him to win right now. So he gets a shot. So I think this is a solid B-.
Yeah. I give it a C+, man. Him being 51 years old, he's the defensive coordinator for James Franklin at Vanderbilt and to Penn State. Yeah. So his only primary concern was to jump, like, not now, but when. Mm-hmm. And I think he took the first job that was available for him. It's very hard to be a first-time coach, like Weezy mentioned, man. He was a GA in Virginia Tech, so he has connections there. Mm-hmm. But, dude, it's not realistic for a guy that doesn't have head coaching experience to get this going at a school like this. I think he maybe should have went to a smaller school, say something like Liberty or something like that, you know, Tulane, Marshall, something like that, to get the ball rolling, to see what you need to do, and then equate that to a Power 5 school.
Or pay top dollar for an offensive coordinator from a big
I'm sure
school.
he'll try to do that. Yeah,
sure. Like, go pay top dollar.
Yeah. Let's move on to the big dog, Brian Kelly, former coach at Notre Dame. He is now the head coach at LSU. Jeff, we'll start off with you. Give me a grade for this.
Don't be mad at me.
Yeah. No.
Can I say an incomplete?
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah,
here's what I'm saying: incomplete. LSU panicked. The dominoes fell to the people who they wanted, and they signed extensions or retained, and they panicked. Or as someone we're going to talk about a little bit later, or right after this, I believe, they panicked. The people they wanted were gone, so we threw $100 million 10-year deal at Brian, no national titles, can't win a big game, Kelly.
But it's a reason though, Jeff.
Because they panicked.
No, it's a reason why he can't win the big game.
Why?
Well, at LSU, you can get that player in the school that can play.
Oh, I respect that.
When you go to Notre Dame, you can't get. He cold, but he can't get in the school.
I respect that. But here's the thing, though. 5 days ago, before Franklin signed, before Jackson signed, before the guy we're going to talk about here in Lex signed, for all these other coaches signed or got moved around, was he even on their list?
No, I'm pretty sure he was number 20. Everybody wanted Lincoln Riley, but there's only one Lincoln Riley.
No, I mean, not even just Lincoln. All the other coaches that we talked about that were retained, I guarantee you, Brian Kelly was not top 5 on their list. They panicked. This speaks of this reeks of panicking.
Yeah. I mean, going to LSU would scare me because they fired a coach that won a national championship a couple years ago.
Well, he was asking for it though. He was bringing women to the practice.
He was shaking it.
He was hitting on big boosters women. He was doing a lot.
Yeah, Brian Kelly, though, I get it's a B plus, man. He's a future Hall of Famer, Jeff. No way about it. It's great. It isn't necessarily about his coaching ability because the man can coach. Yeah. He's won everywhere he's coached, from Grand Valley State to Central Michigan, Cincinnati to Notre Dame, turned them into consistent contenders. Let's talk about it. They had Charlie Weiss. They had Ty Willingham, who got cut prematurely. They've had a lot of coaches there, but this is the only guy. I think he took this program as far as he could go.
Can I ask you one question about that? He was at Notre Dame how long?
12 years.
12 years. Yeah.
Never won a national championship.
Never.
No, but
let me get this point out, please. He played the playoffs twice. If he is at LSU for 4 years and does not win a national championship, does he still have his job?
No.
Thank you.
No.
That's what I'm saying. And you could have got somebody else for $100 million.
But he's gonna get different players though.
He's gonna get, and that's the thing.
Okay.
He can't recruit those kids. He had the number 2 recruiting class in the class of 2022, and going to 2023, he had the number 3 recruiting class.
No, that's
he's getting
all very true.
players. He develops quarterbacks, and he hires really good coordinators. But he is a bit of a douche. Like people don't like him. And to bring that type of flavor to LSU, it's not going to last long. It's going to be some growing pains. He's already 60 years old. He has to learn the ways of the SEC, and that's going to be hard for him to do. But the past 3 LSU coaches that were there won national titles, so he is under pressure.
Exactly.
Jim, let me ask you one question.
Yes, sir.
I like, okay, just say he's at LSU, and
got 2 years.
Just say he was at LSU. Out of those 2 years that he played in the national championship game, right? Okay, think if he could have signed, if he had Leonard Fournette, Joe Burrow, or the wide receiver that Jay's crazy about right now, Jamar Chase, either one of them.
Yeah.
Will he beat?
That's right, Jeff.
He had players there though. He done had some players that
not like that.
He just ain't had dogs. You had dogs win national championships.
And then right there,
Jalen Ramsey ain't walking through that door.
No, absolutely not. I'm not.
Jameis Winston ain't walking through that door.
That's very true.
You understand what I'm saying? Those are dogs.
I'm not saying. I don't want to come off like I'm saying Brian Kelly's not a very top tier coach.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I guarantee you if we could be a fly on the wall in their war room, he wasn't top 5 on
Jameis
the
Winston's not
I
coming
think
to
he
Notre
was.
Dame.
I think he was top 5 on that list.
I guarantee you wouldn't.
I know he tried to get the
happened too
Florida
quick.
job, and we said nah.
It happened.
We didn't want him in Florida.
Y'all should have got him.
Nah, we didn't want him in Florida. Let's move right along to Lincoln Riley, former head coach, Oklahoma Sooners. He is now the head coach of the USC Trojans.
My squad.
Weezy, that's not your squad.
Wait a minute.
That is not your squad.
That's my
That is
squad.
not your squad.
That's my second squad.
That is not. There is no second squad. You have one squad, and that's the Vanderbilt Commodores.
I know.
No. Anchor down. What did y'all do?
We did like this.
Oh yeah, anchor down. Shout out
fight
to Clark Lee. More Matadors. How you feel about
His
Lincoln
ass
Riley?
is out of there.
You crazy as hell.
Yeah,
He
I
there.
made the phone call on that.
Head
one.
coach one. He there. How you feel about Lincoln Riley though?
Hey, this is a home run.
Okay.
This is a home run. It's not only good for, it's great for Lincoln Riley too. He's in the Pac-12. I think he's afraid of the SEC.
Terrified.
I think he's afraid, but which is smart. I would be too.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I would be too.
That's the thing. The Big 12 doesn't defend enough to play in the SEC.
Yeah.
So his type of shit can beat. You can beat him one game, Jeff. You can play him in that championship and beat him, right? But you have to play Alabama. You have to play LSU. You might have to play Ole Miss. You might have to play Florida. You might have to play Georgia. You can. You that shit ain't gonna work here. You can outscore some of those in one game, but you can't do it in 6.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
This speaks to my panic button on LSU.
Mhm.
LSU knew they had him. USC made one phone call. And I'm not going to LSU. He said it right out of his mouth at that point. I ain't going to LSU. They made an offer he can't refuse.
Yeah.
This speaks to then LSU panics and signs Brian Kelly for $10 million.
Yeah, they threw that tech money at Lincoln Riley though.
They had to.
Oh, you got 2 houses. We'll pay for both of those.
What about the shit that he got though?
Lincoln Riley?
No, all the stuff that Lincoln Riley got. They bought out his houses,
Both of them.
in Norman. Man,
Private
He
jet.
called his assistant coaches the ones he wanted and just put them on the jet.
come on.
Then he asked him to change the house. Nothing. Y'all coming with me? That's how you do it. That's why he's not at LSU. I understand the narrative is that he may be afraid of the SEC, and I get it because Oklahoma was going next year, right?
Yeah,
But he was going to LSU until USC stepped in and made him an offer that he couldn't refuse.
but let's talk about how good of a coach Lincoln Riley was at Oklahoma.
Okay.
3 consecutive college football playoff appearances, most successful stretch in recent history. Stoops was there. People forgot about Stoops. That's how good Lincoln Riley went. So
2 Heisman Trophy winners.
2 Heisman Trophy winners. You devote a chunk of your recruiting budget to California. That's all he was doing was recruiting California kids. Dude, Bryce Young, California kid.
Yeah.
Come on now. The top pick in the draft, Kayvon Thibodeau,
Yeah. California.
LA kid, for sure. DJ Ugalele,
Yeah. My guy.
California kid. CJ Stroud, Ohio State, California
be leaving
kid.
California, but they are.
They're leaving
Yeah,
California
leaving
to go to
California.
Oklahoma, to go to Clemson.
Not
Ohio
no
State.
more.
Yeah.
Listen, 30 of the 143 California-based players listed in the top 300 over the past 5 years, 30 have went to USC.
I wish you went there 3 years ago.
That's
And
gonna
then
change.
Kyler Murray would have transferred to USC.
Yeah, 100%.
Woo!
Man, listen.
I'd have went out there to that game. I promise I would have went out there.
Man, so that's why you pay him $100 million. That's why you take care of that, because he already got the number 1 quarterback and the number 1 wide receiver to decommit.
Flip.
Come with him.
Yeah.
So, that's an A+ high.
Absolutely.
And it's
Absolutely.
Pac-12. Guess what? Ain't no pressure there. They're going to win in the USC. They're going to win in USC.
No, it's gonna be pressure.
He got pressure on him because
He's going to win.
That's
You don't have to play
He's going to have to
defense.
win though.
Yeah.
because it's USC and that's the flagship school of
The Pac-12.
Yeah.
No question.
Yeah.
But the thing is how he recruits and how he coaches.
Oh yeah, his pedigree speaks to this. Should be. I don't want to say a cakewalk. That's disrespectful. But he should be the man from day one.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, give kudos to USC because USC, like Snoop Dogg said, he said, "Man, I ain't been on the sideline in 4 years."
Yeah, for sure. That's because he's a front runner, though.
No,
Nah, for sure.
they gotta play. They gotta win.
Nah.
When your boys is down this year, you didn't even watch the games.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
But
I ain't dancing.
yeah,
About
you
it.
wasn't
I cut
dancing.
the dancing out.
All right, you wasn't
I cut the
dancing.
dancing out, but I was still watching my boys. Speaking of my boys, Billy Napier, for sure. The head coach, Louisiana. Is now the head coach, Florida. I give this an A, man. I give this an A. He led that program to his first 10-win season in history. 39-12 at Louisiana Raging Cajuns. Turned down Auburn. Turned down Ole Miss. Turned down Florida State.
He sure did.
Oh, Miss ain't open.
Yeah, no, Ole Miss was open
was.
when
He's
he
turned
turned
down
him
some
down
jobs
before.
before.
He turned him down. They tried to hire him before Lane. Yeah, for sure. But his recruiting prowess in the southeastern area, anywhere in the SEC, he can do that. You know what he did? He was the Florida State tight end coach in 2013. Major recruiter for Florida State. The only major concern I have for him, 100%, is just the lack of Power 5 head coaching experience. He gets the best of people. I think he'll do fine. He'll instantly make us a little bit better in recruiting. It's just all about his hires as assistant coaches. That's it. That's major. Because that's what made, what's the kid name? Dabo. He has Brent Venables. He's had some of the best OCs. Of course, you know what Nick Saban does. So if this guy can figure out what he's doing, man, he's directly competing though with Kirby, who's knocking it out of the park. Nick Saban, of course. But, man, it's an A hire. I love Billy Napier. Scared money don't make no money now. Scared money don't make no money. Yeah.
Got nothing to say.
Y'all got nothing to say?
I want to speak to. I think
Yeah.
it's a good hire. I do think it's solid. But I remember something that you said to me when I was like, Willie Taggart was my guy. That's your man.
That's my man.
But be careful.
Yeah, be very.
Be very careful.
very.
Because you jumping out there real
I am.
quick.
I am.
You get a little too much dip on your chip.
There's a lot of dip. There's a lot of dip and not a lot of chip.
Not a lot of chip.
Not a lot of chip
So
on that
just say,
dip.
just be careful. Because I
Sure.
definitely was flying that Taggart flag.
Yeah, you was.
From day one.
You sure was.
Yeah, still am.
Yeah,
Still
but
my coach.
Yeah. He coaching White Creek now.
Yeah,
ain't he?
shit, quite possibly.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't even know where he face the earth.
The last new hire, Sonny Dykes, former head coach at SMU, now the head coach at TCU. What you think about that, Weezy?
I like this coach. He came in on y'all see he came in on a helicopter.
That's too much. Not for TCU.
Hey,
Hey, he's coaching right down the street, dog. Coaching at SMU. You ain't gotta take a damn helicopter to get there. You can drive.
well, I don't think I'm saying about these TCUs and any school in the Big 12 right now. You have to win
Gotta win.
because there's no more Texas, there's no more Oklahoma, there's no excuse. Everybody's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Texas Tech can't beat you every year.
Yeah.
So this guy he come from SMU. It's a little different.
It's different.
Texas is Texas, but Texas Christian is a little different.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different level than SMU.
Yeah, no.
Sketch SMU though.
He did good though. He did good at SMU. What you got?
I think this hurt him.
Yeah, I think he should have waited a little bit.
I think this hurt him because even in his press conferences, like Brian Kelly, not to keep bringing him up, when he left Notre Dame, yeah, it was like 3 words. He was out of there. Lincoln Riley, of course, when he left Oklahoma, was like, "Hey man, I gotta go." This guy was like holding on to maybe I'm still staying, and then he just up and go, I'm going to TCU, and it hurt him to do that.
He turned SMU into transfer U.
Yeah.
They were getting all the transfers, dog. Took that team to 10 wins, first time since 1983, 25-10 in his last 3 years. He made SMU a transfer destination, man, a brand that TCU can do the same way. I think he can do that, becoming, a team in the Big 12 that's not great program. Yeah. It's you can make that into transfer U 100%.
Absolutely.
I give it a B+ for sure.
It's a solid B.
It's B+.
Solid B.
Okay. Move on to the open jobs. We only have one open job, but we will talk about Notre Dame first. They just hired Marcus Freeman. How you guys feel about that?
A+.
A+.
Yeah, man. Next man up.
Keep it rolling.
Keep it rolling.
Yeah.
Only thing about this guy is
Yeah.
you can't get there and not win it now.
Oh yeah, and he black.
Yeah, so
black.
unfortunately, you don't have that same,
But he has the cachet though. He has the built-in.
Yeah.
Like he's a guy from
Yeah.
and he's gonna be there.
Yeah. That recruiting class we talked about Brian Kelly having, number 2, number 3, Marcus Freeman is the head recruiter for Notre Dame.
He's a defensive guy. He's getting him off it.
Yeah,
But
I'm
he kept his offensive coordinator though.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
You hope.
I hope so.
You hope
If
he
didn't.
Yeah,
it's
for
rough.
sure. Yeah, for sure. The only open job of that we can talk about is Oklahoma. Who should they hire and why, Jeff?
Brent Venables was maybe top of my list.
Yeah.
But I think they're holding out for Luke Fickle.
Yeah.
I think they want to give him the bag.
Yeah, Luke. Everybody want Luke.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I don't believe in Luke Fickle.
I hear you,
Who should they go get, Joe?
but that's who.
Who you talking about? We might be on the same page. Who you think?
Joe Brady, offensive coordinator
Nah, we ain't on the same
from
page.
Carolina. The reason that LSU won that national championship had nothing to do with Ed Orgeron, had everything to do with Joe Brady. He was the reason that offense looked like that. You need to hire him at Oklahoma. It's a hand-in-glove fit. For as good as Oklahoma's been, it has to be better to win titles in the SEC on defense. That offense can always score, but if you bring in Joe Brady, get him going, I think that's the best chance and the best case scenario that you have for maintaining the Lincoln Riley type of offense. So I got Joe Brady, Panthers OC.
I'm telling you. Listen, Oklahoma, you coming to the SEC next year.
You can't do it.
If you want a smooth transition,
No.
you better go call Lane Kiffin.
No.
Oh man,
No,
the
that-
lane train.
The lane train.
I'm telling you, you better
They
go
said,
call.
they said the lane train is heavy after Spencer Rattler. Said they want him so bad.
Yeah, I'm telling you. And he liable to get him.
He liable.
He liable to get him.
Yeah, he liable.
I'm telling Oklahoma. I'm telling you, you come to the SEC, it's a little different. My boy's been there a couple of years.
Yeah, Lane get it going. I ain't gonna lie.
Lane Kiffin
Let me tell you something.
only lost 2 games this year.
This is what I'm trying to tell you. I was big Florida guy. My people were talking about, man, we gotta get Billy Napier. And I'm like, shit. I saw Matt Corral 2 years ago minus Lane Kiffin. And he did not look like that. Matt Corral will be a top 10 pick in the NFL draft.
It's gonna be close.
It's because of Lane Kiffin.
Lane Kiffin can coach, man.
Man, he can coach offense.
Offense. Yeah.
He can coach offense.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, though. In the SEC, you got to have a little defense. They got a good defensive coordinator there, and that's why they only lost 2 games this year. But Lane going to Oklahoma, I think they can't do that. They can't do Lane and Oklahoma.
Nah, that's too big
it's
of
too much.
personality.
It's too
Nah,
big.
it ain't too big for him.
He needs to go to Florida State.
I heard somewhere else he might go too. Y'all don't want him down there either. Miami.
That
He
makes
go to
too
Miami.
much sense.
And that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah,
Too much
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
He gonna be going now.
They don't want to see him in Miami. I promise you
They're
though.
trying to find out a way to buy out Manny Diaz. They're literally
They gotta
trying to
get him out
find
of there.
any way to get rid of that dude.
Yeah.
And Lane Kiffin would be a hand in glove fit, but they have to find a way to pay him, and they can't pay him and get rid of Manny Diaz. So some of that Coke money got to show up.
Oh my goodness! All right,
and that is the 2021 college football coaching carousel. We've never done that. That was fun, guys. That was fun. Yeah. That's fun, guys. Most definitely. How you guys feel about your squads as far as going into the new year? Weezy, we will start with you with Clark Lee.
Who is that?
Vanderbilt Commodores.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, you do. That's your team.
Yeah. He sucks. We suck.
Dang.
We suck. We won 2 games and we lost to ETSU. We suck.
So you're not confident?
We suck.
No, I'm saying, are you confident in what he could do?
No.
Okay. All right. Let's move right along.
Projects.
Right.
Yeah, that's just all it is too.
Yeah, I'm talking
we
about
eat ramen noodles. I eat Hot Pockets though.
You eat Hot Pockets?
I grew up on Hot Pockets.
Yeah.
Rough. We ain't doing that. We struggling. Man.
Huh? I grew up on Hot Pockets.
Yeah, Hot Pockets was a thing.
Anybody guess what kind of Hot Pockets I ate?
I don't want to.
I haven't had Hot Pockets in years. Hey, don't plan on it. Microwave. You put
But
them
see,
in the air fryer.
that wasn't a thing.
What
I
was
said I
it
grew up on Hot Pockets. I ain't say I eat Hot Pockets today.
Oh, okay.
I ain't say that. I
Not
eat lamb
that.
chops. I eat lamb chops today.
Then
I ain't say I eat Hot Pockets today.
I know what you eat today, but you still eat hot dogs today, though.
Yeah, I like hot dogs.
No, you still eat hot dogs.
I like hot dogs.
You eat glizzies. You're a glizzy.
I don't know the glizzy.
Yeah,
I probably don't know the
you eat glizzy. It's a hot dog.
I eat hot dogs. Yeah, I like hot dogs.
Yeah, you boil hot dog.
Yeah, but I also eat lamb chops and shrimp.
Yeah.
You might be at the house now waiting on me.
Nah, for sure.
Very well could be.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But
Lamb chops and shrimp wings.
Yeah.
How do you
Yeah,
go
with a side of
eating
asparagus.
lamb chops? You know that's cap.
Yeah, I'm
Now
just
you
telling
capping.
you.
Now
I'm just telling you.
might be there.
I'm just telling you what's
But
there.
what I'm saying is,
At the
how
house
you go
waiting
from
on
there
me.
and then go to Chris and get number one?
That's just what I do. I don't forget where I come from.
Nah, for sure.
Yeah.
I ain't had no Christmas.
Yeah.
I don't eat
That's
this
just
shit.
you.
You know what I'm saying?
You forget where you come from.
Nah, I ain't never
You-
forgot
you-
where I came from.
Yeah, you do. You shop
We
in
from
Green
the
Hills
South
now.
Side. Yeah, nah, for sure.
Oh,
I did then. I did then.
All right, that's
South
fine.
Side.
I'm gonna get a phone call.
Hey,
I'm gonna get a phone call.
Lead dogs.
Southside.
Don't forget that.
Southside lead
Don't
dog.
forget that.
Southside lead dog. You damn right.
Ain't no
Yeah, tweet
Southside
us with
lead
questions
dog.
throughout the week at Full Sport Press. Don't forget to comment, give us a thumbs up on the YouTube page, on the iTunes page. Please rate and subscribe. But more importantly, don't forget to tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
With who?
For the,
We already talked about Florida. What the hell is you talking about? You was over there on the couch.
what your team gonna do?
Like,
He got a conference.
yeah.
He got a conference.
And don't forget to tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
Weezy.
Everything paid for, baby. Lamb chops all.
Jeff.
Camera's always on, brother.
Cameraman, the SEC is here, and we have the Revolution Will Be podcast, and we are out.
You're listening to the Full Sport Press podcast. To catch up on previous episodes, please check out the YouTube page and wherever you find your favorite podcast. Don't forget, tell a friend to tell a friend.
The Revolution Will Be podcasted.